All right, guys, we're talking about purchasing a truck. Decide what you're going to do with the truck, and I hope some of you are fresh in the trucking industry. Make sure that you make some contacts as a company driver if you're going for being a company driver. If you're freshly getting your CDL and you're deciding that you want to go drive trucks, more power to you. I wouldn't advise anybody to go buying a semi-truck if you're not sure that that's what you want to do. Make sure that you understand that you're going to be running a business. So you may be looking at YouTubers saying that, hey, you want to do the same thing that they've done. You don't know what they've done or how they went about doing it. So when it comes to purchasing your own truck, going into business for yourself, make sure you have the capital, the money to fund yourself. Make sure you have the money that you need to pay for your equipment. I use the analogy of make sure you can buy the truck back from yourself. You spend $20,000 on a truck, then there's no reason you shouldn't have $20,000. I know what that looked like. No reason you shouldn't have $20,000 to get the business going and to float you until you have the return coming back. As far as leasing a truck, I don't know, I've never done it, but whatever adds up, make sure the math adds up. If the math doesn't add up, don't jump off into getting your own truck unless you have resources to, oh, they're not there anymore. I figured that, they're not there anymore. All of his stuff is gone, they don't move. I'm gonna have to call this dude, figure out, ask him where they shop is at. It's a welding shop back here. Me and this guy was talking about a lot of stuff. He was telling me about a whole bunch of ideas and stuff. He probably went to go do this thing that he told me about. But anyway, back to what we were talking about when it comes to the truck that you're buying. Make sure everything is lined out. When you're ready to step out, make sure you plan. That's another thing. Make sure you plan to be the business owner. Make sure you plan. Do all of your research. All of your research ain't on YouTube. A lot of your research, if you go and get your own authority, is on that FMCSA website. You don't have to go to YouTube to ask questions. A lot of it is going to be on the FMCSA when it comes to your authority. They've got a lot of information. It's all right there. If you need a person to explain it out to you, there's plenty of videos all over the internet and YouTube that you can watch and get an idea and see what you're going to be getting yourselves into. I'm going to tell you straight off, that insurance is going to be insurance and your fuel is going to be your biggest hit when it comes to your income, or it's going to be the biggest hit on your gross all the time. The only way is not as if you're running short runs, but even that costs something in fuel. So insurance, fuel is going to be your biggest expenses. You want to keep those down as much as you can, as low as you possibly can. You also want to keep and utilize. You got free trailers up here. Trailers for the free. But anyway, you want to utilize and man, I totally forgot what I was talking about. You want to utilize what's available to you. Anything that you could see to get an idea. Give you an example. You gross $5,000, but you spent $1,500 in fuel. Okay, now you're down to $3,500. That $3,500, you spent money on bills, light bill, telephone bill, and let's say your other expenses for that month as they start coming up, if they're not all at the same time. So now you've got all those expenses that are going to come out of that week's profit. They're going to come out of that week's gross. Next week, something else may come up. Your truck needs a transmission. Your personal truck needs a transmission. You got to deduct that out of there. Anything that's an expense that you spend money on, take all of that out of there. Your cost of living, you got kids, all of that stuff, take all of that stuff out of there. What are you left with when all of that boils down week to week to week to week to week? At the end of a year, ask yourself the question, is this adding up for you? The amount of time that you're spending in the truck, local or OTR or regional or Antarctica, whatever it may be. Do the math on, is this adding up to what you need to be at peace and what you need to feel satisfied or to feel whole with your trucking experience, with your owning your own trucking experience. There's all kinds of trucking, everything that you could possibly think of out here, everywhere. You'll possibly see it. You'll see it everywhere. Buy the truck for what you're going to do with the truck. If you don't need an 18 speed, don't get a truck with an 18 speed. If you don't have stuff sourced already, if you don't have 1878, if you don't have who you're gonna go to for your mechanic work, whether you're gonna do the mechanic work yourself, make sure you have all of that lined out. Make sure you kind of thought of that, at least some, because all these things are going to end up costing you. If you do the work yourself, if it's a big job, that big job may cost you some time. Okay, that's time you're either not with your family, time you're not doing what you want to do, or your own projects, or that could be free rocks, or that could be time spent away from your family, your own personal projects, or time spent away from not making money. All that stuff adds up. One thing about if you're a hard running person, you're gonna get out there on the road, put that truck to work, and make sure that truck is steady working. I went the wrong way. You can damn it, I came the wrong way. EDA. I sure did. Or did I? Maybe I did. If you're gonna get out there and hit that road, when you get that truck, give yourself a 2 week to 30 day, okay, this is the truck, and you are rolling from that point on. So keep that stuff in mind when you guys are looking at a truck. Drive the truck off somewhere. If the truck can't be driven, don't mess with it. They won't let you drive the truck, don't mess with it. And I mean drive the truck like 15 miles and then turn around and come back 15 miles. Don't go drive that truck a couple of miles and turn around and come back. This is not a car. This is a semi truck. You won't really see that semi truck until you have driven it good. Put your foot into it. You want to see how that turbo winds up. You want to hear how it winds up. You want to feel everything. Also, you want to do your best to take a good read of the person that you're buying the truck from. Are they giving you good solid information? How many I don't knows are there? How many I didn't do that, or I haven't done that? How many of those are there? How much maintenance has been done on the truck? Has the truck been a well-tamed piece of machinery for the person that you're buying it from? What did they do with the truck? What did they haul with the truck? Has the truck been sitting up? That's a big one. Has the truck been sitting up? Older equipment will, like stuff from the 80s and 90s will tend to last sitting up, but it's still going to have some stuff that you're going to have to deal with if it's been sitting up. My truck was sitting up, but when I would come home, I would drive my truck. But it's not like I was driving the truck 500 miles and then turn around and coming back, or driving, I take that back because I have driven it like out to Prentice, Mississippi, and then to Hattiesburg, and then came back to the house. So I have that, but it's not like that truck was getting worked and having a routine of running. A semi truck sitting is not quite like a vehicle. Like your car can sit for a little while. Semi trucks, they're made to have those wheels turning, and if those wheels ain't turning, you ain't earning. So I don't have all the answers to everything. There's a lot of stuff that I'm pretty sure I probably missed when it comes to buying your own truck, being an owner operator. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the experience. I did not enjoy the cost. It wasn't so much the cost of operation, you know, because some loads pay better than other loads. But my first solid year, everything was $3 and $4 a mile, and it was dry van all day, everywhere. So I had a good experience as an owner operator, but also I did jump out there in 2020. I jumped out there because we got laid off from work, and if I was gonna go get a truck, that was the perfect time to go do it. I had gotten out of my lease of my apartment, and I decided, okay, I'm supposed to jump out here and go do this, and if I'm gonna do it at any point in time, now's the time to do it. I wasn't pushing myself to do it, but I was looking at trucks, looking at opportunities, looking at lease and own with the company, all of my different options. I've signed paperwork to lease on with a company in the beginning, then I ultimately ended up changing my mind because where the company was at, and if I was going to be out of that area, I had to ask myself, okay, these people are in the middle of nowhere. Something happened to this truck. I'm at their mercy unless I can get my truck away from there. And I didn't see it as a good fit. That's another thing. Make sure that the situation you're going into is going to be a good fit for you. Know what you want to do with it. If you want to do dry, flat, reef, heavy, tank, pneumatic, chassis, power only. Power only is kind of more of the fun side of being an owner operator, especially when you can get compensated the way that you want to be compensated, and you can make what you want to make, and you can have the time away the way that you want to have the time away. Power only is awesome, but if power only ain't fulfilling all of those things that you want, okay, you may have to ask yourself, maybe time to buy a trailer. What kind of trailer? What you're gonna pull with it? It may be time to lease on to somebody. Because I've worked in the oil field. I ran my truck in the oil field. Everybody was leased on to somebody else. I don't care what you say, who they are. Everybody was leased on to somebody else. There was no such thing as you and the people that make the sand, or Hess or Halliburton. Everybody has to go through that same process, because that process gets you onto that well pad. So everybody's pretty much in the same thing. Anyway, so hopefully that's some information that'll do you guys some good. Y'all can do something with that. I wish y'all the best. More videos to come. Still warm down here. It gets pretty nice and cool at night, but the daytime's still pretty warm. I'm waiting on that that 60 and 50 degrees. Waiting on that, but I won't be here by the time that comes around. So wait till. So you guys take it easy. Y'all be safe out here, and I'll check y'all on the backside. If y'all have any other question pertaining to this video, or any other, especially this video, leave it in the comments. I'll answer it with a short, or I'll answer it with another video if I have enough comments to do that. So trucking is a fun thing, man. I don't regret it. It's one of the best things I've ever done in my life, and it's one of the best experiences, places that I've been, people that I've met, things that I've seen, and doors that the CDL, your CDL, if you choose to get one, has opened for me. So that's what it is, man. That's what it is. So you guys take it easy. Y'all be safe, and see y'all next time. And y'all stay focused on your goals, what you want to accomplish, and be confident in yourself and your abilities, and make sure that you follow through. Focus, determination, and self-control will carry you a long way. Just make sure you know where you're going and what you want to do. That's free too. All this free stuff laying around here, waiting on me. Let me be quiet. You guys be safe. I'll holler at y'all next time. Until the next video. JP TV 3000. Holler at y'all later. Peace.